Hello, everybody. Including you, Falcon Paladin, of course.
Oh, in that case, hello. Welcome to another podcast. Good to see you here.
Good to see you too. Fresh from the Dark Crusades.
Yes, indeed. Darkest Crusades in the world and the galaxy. Lots of Necron stuff. You know the deal.
I actually don't know the deal. I've not played it, so.
Oh, but I mean, you understand Necrons, so you understand the game at that point.
Yes, I understand. I have some understanding of Necrons. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that they're like crazy complicated. Is that fair to say?
I think you could have a book where the intricacies of Necron dynastic relationships could be complicated, but unto themselves, probably not.
Yes, right. Just the basic concept, kind of what their ethos is, why they're here.
They're metal mummies who want to take back the galaxy. Like it's
right,
no,
exactly.
Not that much to it. Metal Egyptian
really
mummies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're strong and they're awesome and everything else. Yeah. Gallons was asking me about it, and I was like, yeah, they're basically just a super ancient race that had a big expanding galaxy, and then they got space cancer, and then they're like went immortality, and now they're robots, and then they put to sleep, and now they're underground. And if you show up on a planet and just like then they wake up, then they just kill you all and then take the planet. That's the basic concept.
Pretty much. I mean, the only minor nitpick I'd have is technically they always had space cancer. They didn't get it later. It's like their birth star was really radioactive poisonous, so they geared their entire society around like building tombs for themselves because they died really quickly.
Fair.
Yeah, but they still managed to like spread out and get to other places. They just kept the cancer.
Fun. Good for them.
Well,
bad for them, but
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Necrons. Was playing it pretty good. It's pretty fun. Like you can like create a big monolith and then like move it around the map super slowly and just like waste your enemies with it. It's pretty great.
Neat.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty neat. And yeah, so for the second expansion of Dawn of War, the second expansion was Winter Assault. Just introduced like a couple new races and a couple new units and stuff, and it was pretty much the same thing as the first one. So for the second expansion, they're like, okay, so now we have a risk board. So like on this planet, you can see different like regions and zones, and like everybody's here. Like the Imperial Guard is here, Chaos is here, Orcs are here, Eldar are here, the Tau are here. The Necrons are here. It's just like everybody, every major force in the galaxy is like on this planet for some reason. And I was saying, like, from my perspective, if I was the Imperium, I'd be like, let's not land on this planet. Let's let everybody else kick each other to shit. And then, like, after there's, like, a couple forces left, let's come down and fight. Because this is ridiculous. Every single major faction is here. And it's just like, no, this is too chaotic. It's going to be too hard to fight everybody at the same time. Let's let them all fight each other. Let's let the Eldar deal with the Orcs for a while. That'll thin them out, Let's let Chaos handle the Tau.
So, there's another game that if you ever want to play, you should pick it up on sale, because I'm just looking at how much DLC it has. Not that you'd need all the DLC, because it's like, do you want some extra units for every faction, right? Like, you don't need them.
Right.
But if you wanted all of it, it's $300 Australian, so it's definitely something you pick up on sale. But it's called
for $5 American. Yes.
Yeah, Warhammer 40k Gladius, Relics of War is what it's called. Like that's the full name. It's a 4X. That's Warhammer 40k, where you think that you get a slightly different campaign for every faction you play, but it's all set on the one planet. And so it's got Space Marines, it's got the Imperial Guard, it's got the Adeptus Mechanicus, it's got the Adeptus Sororitas, it's got the Tyranids, the Orcs, the Tau, the Craftworld Eldari, and the Drukhari. Then it's got Chaos. And then, like, that Chaos can also... You can specialize your units into any of the 4 major gods. Right? So
yeah, exactly.
Everyone's there on this planet doing their thing.
Which, again, if I'm any of the commanders of any of these factions, I'm like, nope, not going there.
Yeah, so in the narrative, I've only really bothered to do like the Space Marine one and I think the Necron one. The opening cutscene is like this planet was our home world and then all this shit happened. So they're not like the Space Marines aren't like, well, let's just leave. It's like, no, this is our fortress monasteries here. We got to deal with this.
Sure, but again, I didn't say leave forever. I said leave. Let the other people beat each other in the face for a couple of weeks, and then come back down, and it's easier to do.
Okay, but what if it's the Tyranids and you let them beat each other's face, and then they eat all that biomass, and now they're too hard for you to stop?
There aren't any Tyranids on this planet in this game. I forgot about them.
Oh, and the
Dude,
orcs.
that would have.
The orcs also
amazing.
get stronger the more they fight. You want to kill them quickly.
I know, but it still feels like it's easier to fight one big orc force than fight the Tau and Chaos and the orcs and. It's more complicated, harder. I get what you're saying.
Right.
Yes, there's a whole lot of orcs if they win the planet, but.
Right. I mean, if there's Eldars there, you could at least like try to make an alliance with them, you know, and have allies.
That's true.
I think from the game's perspective, it's a lot of like because it's a 4X, you build a city at the same time, right?
Right.
It's you're on the planet because you can use the resources on the planet to win the planet. Like leaving doesn't make any sense because if you leave, all of the valuable resources to make an army aren't available to you.
Or everybody kicks each other's teeth in. No one gets any resources because they're too busy fighting. And then you come down when their forces are depleted, kill them, and then take the resources.
But that's not how that works because they have all the resources. Like, whose resources are you going to take?
All right.
The winners? Fine. This doesn't happen.
Again, I think there's a window here where everyone's still fighting, but maybe a couple of the players have been knocked off the board, where nobody's won yet, but now you don't have to worry about chaos, right? They got wiped out. You know what I mean?
Sure. You're like, no, I totally get what you're saying. It's just, from having played the game, I've mechanically, the one player will just snowball, and then they'll dominate the other person. It won't be they fight each other out and barely win. It's you win at the end of the biggest stick, and the biggest stick is always at its biggest at the very end of the battle. It does not deplete.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, good deal. Good deal.
I mean, it's an okay game. You don't really have to play it. It's neat. I have 200 and something hours in it because it's just playing like bot matches with like, okay, I'm gonna play the Tyranids, but they're gonna be friends with the Space Marines. How's this gonna work? I don't know. We're gonna fight chaos. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like unlikely friendships and unlikely like enemies too, because like the Imperial Guard and the Space Marines are different factions in Dawn of War, so it's like,
yeah,
how does that work? Yeah. I guess we'll find out. Eye of the Goat says that they have a story reason for it, so I guess we will see. Yeah. What's up, Gallons? Anyway, enough. Yes. What do we want to start with today?
I was going to say StarCraft. Like, what did we not talk about with the the bugs?
Oh, did we not?
I don't know. Did we mention the ghost bug? I feel like
you did your science after the pod.
I think I did. Yeah. I think they fixed it. So talking about it's kind of irrelevant. But the rundown is, because Nova and her campaign technically counts as a separate unit when they were importing that skin into the multiplayer. They technically added it as a second ghost unit, so when they balance patch 1, it's easy to forget you've got to do it to another unit for that skin. They ended up originally making that female ghosts still cost 3 supply instead of the new 2, which the men did. They then tried to fix that, and they made female ghosts free and give 2 max supply.
Which is so cool.
Right. The tiny little walking depots. Yeah, so I went into a bot match and started making these and said, well, if I mine out the entire map, how many ghosts can I make? And the answer is well over 500. Which,
awesome.
nobody's ever gonna do in a real match or a real ladder match because the enemy will be there and not just be a bot that's gonna be like, I don't have a nexus. Should I surrender? And then you just click no, and they don't.
Right. Right.
But yeah, so I only had to build 2 depots the entire game. Obviously, I had a lot of command centers, which also give supply, but I destroyed them at the end of the match just to be like, look, I'm one giant pack of ghosts running around with 200 supply and 500 ghosts.
Right. Awesome.
But yeah, they've seemingly fixed that. From what I've heard.
Yeah, I really hope somewhere on the GM ladder some Terran figured this out fast enough and was like, ha ha ha. I can make so many ghosts in addition to my army, and I will be unstoppable with my 500 supply of ghosts and 200 supply of army. Woo!
Yeah, well, no, because, yeah, no, that's right. I didn't think about it that you could also build an army on top of that. I'm like, you have 500 ghosts. Why would you want anything else? Yeah, I mean, Splash, like a bunch of tanks probably do pretty well.
Uh-oh, you're kind of roboting on me. Your internet is breaking up.
Am I roboting on you, or are you roboting on me?
We'll let chat decide.
Yeah,
Who's roboting, chat?
No, from my perspective, none of us. I have not dropped any frames, so I think it's just you.
Cool, sounds good.
Yep. Well, no,
all right.
Apparently it doesn't sound good. That's the problem, right?
No, that's bad.
Yeah. So I think that's it with StarCraft, unless something else happened while I wasn't looking.
Fair. Okay, I want to move on to One Punch Man.
Oh, right. I heard about that slideshow coming out again.
Yeah. What do you mean again? How dare you? Season 1's amazing.
Season 2, though?
Season 2's got some issues, but Season 2 is all right.
And Season 3?
Okay, look. Bottom line, Season 3 just came out. This show has so many years between seasons. It's insane. Like, Season 1 was 2012. 2012 it came out.
Yeah.
And we're getting Season 3 in 2025, which is like, oh my gosh. So it takes forever to make. Season 1 is animated beautifully and wonderfully and is like, holy crap, this is an amazing season of anime.
I would like to challenge your assertion that it takes forever to make. I don't believe they've been working on Season 3 since Season 2 came out. Ended.
Right, that's fair. Sorry, I meant they have long gaps between the release of seasons. I did not insinuate they were working the whole time.
Okay, thank you.
Fair. Yes, that's an important distinction for sure. What's up, Aki? Yeah. So Season 2 is not as beautifully animated as Season 1. I saw a claim on Reddit today that apparently Season 1 of One Punch Man was like this weird passion project. Like a ton of talented artists worked kind of like contract basis. Some of them worked under pseudonyms. They were like, sure, I'll do like 2 hours of animation for you, but I don't want credit for it.
Really?
And so it was this like weird hodgepodge of talent working on this thing. Everybody loved the source material, so they're just doing it. And then they did it, and they're like, cool, we're done. And then the studio's like, well, now we actually have to put together a Season 2 without like this magical, wonderful Season 1 situation. We can't repeat that. So we'll do our best, but... And then Season 2's animation was not as good. I didn't have huge complaints about it, but definitely not as good as Season 1.
Right.
And then there's one episode out of Season 3, and there's no fighting at all. There's a lot of talking, there's yelling, there's a little bit of walking around. And yeah, it is... Woo, there are scenes where people are talking, their mouths are not moving. There's a character walking down a hallway with no walking animation.
Do you like see their legs? Do you see their legs and they just slide? They just really.
They just kind of like you're from behind, and they just kind of like gradually move towards the end of the hallway, and you're like,
oh boy.
So.
Yikes.
So, I mean, so the positive view here is like maybe they recognized that they've got a lower budget this season. Let's save the animation budget for the fights, and let's cut as many corners as possible on everything else, so we can just hammer this stuff out in 30 minutes and get it done. And then when the fighting actually happens and we're good to go.
Right.
I don't know. Guess we'll see. A lot of people are skeptical that's the case. A lot of people think the fight scenes will also be garbage. I'm choosing to have some hope here, though.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I hope it's good. Obviously, I don't want people who really enjoy One Punch Man to be disappointed with something.
Yeah.
But I'm not confident.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine.
So
I mean, I will say too, One Punch Man as a concept is kind of just done in season 1. One Punch Man is like, hey, there's this guy. He's really strong for dumb reasons. He is so strong. He lives in a world infested with monsters and giant mech robots, and he can defeat everything with one punch. He's trying to find something that will fulfill him and take more than one punch, and he can't. The end.
The end. Yes.
Like, it's just a complete subversion of the shonen, the shonen genre or other types of storytelling where the hero starts out weak and gets strong. He just starts out there. And it's like, what do we do with this guy? And it's just an examination of him and people around him. And season 1's great. Like, as far as the story of Saitama, I think that's fine. Like, I didn't really feel like a season 2 was necessary, which I thought is kind of interesting about the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to know where the webcomic goes and the manga, right?
Yeah, right.
Because this is, if you count the webcomic, the manga, the anime, this is like essentially the third crack at it. Fourth, if you want to include the live action film, which let's not.
I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
There are so many more live action adaptations of anime than I thought there were.
Oh,
every week I'm like, they did that?
It hasn't been made, but
okay.
It was announced that they were doing it.
Okay.
In April 2024, Dan Harmon was reported to be hired to rewrite the script with Heather Ann Campbell.
Interesting. Yeah, Dan Harmon, the Community guy. Dan Harmon, the Rick and Morty guy. Huh.
Yeah. So I
don't know that the show's that funny, but all right.
I think the show's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. It is.
I think the concept lends itself well to humor because you can't do like a tournament arc with the guy who wins everything. So you need to be like, you just need to lean into he needs to use his super running speed to get to the shop to buy eggs on sale because he's broke, Yeah. And the coupon's only valid for like a certain hour.
And the most emotionally anguished he gets during the whole season is when he's fighting a monster and he realizes that he's missing a sale at the grocery store because he thought it was Tuesday and it's actually Monday or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so good. Anyhow, that's it. One Punch Man is back. It's fine. Yeah, and again, season 3 is just like, oh no, there's a huge, scary, really strong guy running around. He's killed a lot of heroes already. And I'm like, all right, well, where's Saitama? Oh, he's playing video games with kings. Like, maybe in a few episodes he'll get around to tracking this guy down and dealing with it. But for now, we're just building it up. Everybody else is freaking the hell out because nobody knows Saitama exists. That's the other part of the story.
Nobody believes he could be that powerful. He's all like, no, he's just cheating or whatever.
Yeah, well, most people don't see him do the one punch. And the people that do just, don't believe it because he's a goofball. And so, like the hero association that exists to fight all the monsters that are running around, like, he signed up and they're like, he's like a C rank hero, I guess. He's fine. They just don't understand what he's capable of. Like, big, scary threat shows up. They're not like, where's Saitama? Like, nobody cares.
Right.
It's very funny. Yeah.
All
right, good enough.
What if, like, at the end of the season, the big scary monster, he goes to fight it and he can't kill it in one punch?
That would be amazing. I mean, technically, season 1 does end with an alien conquering race showing up. And it does take a couple punches for Saitama to defeat him. He tries consecutive normal punching first. And that doesn't kill him. I think. And then he takes it. Then he does a serious punch and he dies. And it's like, ah.
Yeah, not to spoil the ending of a 12-year-old anime, but he does. He is like holding back, I guess. Like he's like, time for a serious punch, and like parts the clouds on one hemisphere of the planet. Like,
so good. just gonna rewatch season 1 and not watch season 3.
Do it.
That's a better idea.
Do it.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Oh, I also watched Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash.
Oh, all of it, or just like a couple episodes?
Episode 1.
Episode 1. Okay, possibly.
Yep.
It's slow at the start. Like when it's like, hey, we're just like people living, and we occasionally go out and try and fight goblins.
And we suck at it.
Yeah.
That's episode 1.
That's episode 1.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think the characters are interesting. There's some tropes going on, obviously, but sure, it's not a big deal. I just want to say that they wake up in a dark room and
with no memory,
in like modern day clothing, right?
With cell phones in their pockets and everything.
Yes, and walk outside, and these dudes are like, "Well, welcome to the world. You have to fight monsters to live. Here's a knife," and they're like, okay, like none of them have a mental break. None of them are like, fuck you, I'm doing that. They're all just like, yeah, you know what? This new reality seems fine. Let's do it.
One of them does take issue with it, and he's like a cool badass, and he like grabs the knife and is like, why should I do it? And they're all like, well, what else are you gonna do? We're offering you money now, and you know, the chance of advancement. Where are you gonna go? Like, what are your options, dipshit? And the rest of them are all like, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
I guess we chop turnips for stew now and take care of chickens and learn how to shoot bows and arrows. Okie doke. I just wanted like a little bit of somebody freaking out for like a day and then being like, all right, I accept it. You know, that's all. It was funny.
No, that's a valid point.
And it was kind of sad to see like their whole party of 5 being able to kill a single goblin with like a short sword. I was like, you guys, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
It's deliberately sad. It's supposed to be. Over the next like, I don't want to say several, but a couple of episodes, they've managed to like, we can fight 2 goblins, right?
Yeah, awesome.
It is a big part of the story of them being poor, like needing to kill goblins to survive, overcoming the idea that like, oh, that goblin there doesn't want to die. It wants to live as much as we do, right? And I have to stab it with my sword now. This is going to suck for both of us, right?
Yep.
But if I don't, I've got no money, and I'm rubbing holes in my clothes when I wash them because I'm wearing them 3 weeks straight, right? It's weird to be like, there's a really like adult me really connected when the guy said, today I'm gonna earn enough money to buy new underwear, and I'm like, I get you, bro. I get it.
Yeah, it's just law of the jungle stuff. It's kill or be killed, eat or be eaten, live or die, like kill or die. Like that's it. It's really boiled down the human experience, which none of us really have to experience.
Right.
It's kind of good to be reminded of how things used to work, right?
Yeah, for most of us anyway. Yeah.
So there you go. I'll watch a couple more episodes this week. We'll get there.
Good.
I liked it enough. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Yep. It's good. I like it.
Great.
Oh, speaking of cheaply made animes,
okay.
The first episode of Little Miss Vampire doesn't know how to suck.
Right.
Vampire. There's a whole city, and it's just like, oh, that student's a zombie. Whatever. This one's a furry. This one's a robot. Who cares? And like the new student is a vampire. That's the entire premise. But she like doesn't know how to suck blood. There is a character like the male protagonist. For 90% of his dialogue, they don't animate him having a mouth.
Wow.
Wow.
So it's not like it's a closed mouth. There is no mouth.
There's nothing. Just a blank thing. Yeah.
That's terrifying. Yeah. That's a pretty solid like horror trope is like, let's have this monster that's humanoid, but they don't have a mouth. There's like something intrinsically like blah about that.
Let me clarify. He does have a mouth. They just don't show it to save money. Like there are scenes where he's talking and his mouth is doing the flapping. And then there are scenes where he's talking and he just has nothing below the eyes.
Awesome.
And the eyes are just black discs.
Terrifying.
Again, he's supposed to be a normal human in this world.
Yeah. This is a show about vampires. I guess it's a little creepy.
It's a show about a vampire. Yeah, anyway. I'm just saying, there are lots of studios out there willing to cut corners. That's my point. To save money.
True fact. That is fair. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As long as it's not the whole thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I guess if your show's just like people talking and the story and the characters are important, then like keep it going, you know?
So there's an anime, and God, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically about like Japanese female comics, like comedians. And when they announced that they were taking the show from like manga to anime, the first thing they did was they posted like a 2-minute clip, animated clip of them being like, why would they ever make this show into an anime? It's just us sitting around like a changing room, making jokes to each other. Like, we're all just sat here talking for 25 minutes straight. Like, why would they animate that? You know?
And they're like, oh, this probably costs like $4 an episode to animate. That's good. Because, yeah, a bunch of animes that I've seen that are effectively people just talking to each other and walking places, they like really make an effort to animate like the birds or the clouds in the sky, or there's other stuff going on that they spend time animating.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to do that.
Yeah, no. You don't have to. I'm trying to remember what this show's called, and I just can't.
I'm not Googling.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. Just, yeah. You're going to get like a DM at 1 o'clock in the morning with me going, it's this.
Yeah.
It's this.
Totally. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I'll say, huh, neat. And then I won't watch it.
It's like a 2-minute video. You can watch it. Like, I'm not going to make you watch the show.
Right. That's fair.
I haven't seen the show. It might be good.
All right. Warhammer time. Should we go?
Yeah, let's go back to Warhammer.
Okay. Let's sandwich the episode in Warhammer. It'll be delicious.
Warhammer sandwich.
Warhammer sandwich. All right. Good stuff. This week we read book 3 in the Carcharodon trilogy we're into right now. Called Void Exile.
Yeah. Void Exile. And this one had the biggest time skip of them all. It was like, and it's been a century.
Yeah. I was like, good heavens. Give me a little time to wrap my head around what's going on here. Nope. 100 years later. People are different now. Deal with it.
Yeah, 100 years later, and the, like, point of view Space Marine is in exile. He got kicked out for doing a thing. He's not with his company.
Don't get the details on immediately, but that is true.
No. I mean...
Yeah, so the Carcharodons do this thing where they're like, if you break some rules or something, we send you out into the void to do a little mini chapter with 3 or 4 other exiled Space Marines, and you'd fight the evils by yourselves, and you're shamed.
Yeah, essentially, you get cut. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yes, they absolutely do that, where they're like, you can't hang out with the rest of the chapter. You have to go sit at the, the other kids' table.
Yeah.
But before that, we get a brief moment of, hey, Gulliman came back. We're Primaris Marines now. Just so we're all aware. We have Firstborn, we have Primaris, but we have all this new war gear. But boy, is it still, kind of rough around the edges. We've got to like mix and match with other suits to have a complete set sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotta be thrifty.
Yeah.
So yeah, the basic story here is that a Space Hulk is on its way to an Adeptus Mechanicus Forge world. Heading there.
Yep.
And the Carcharodons are like, well, this really sucks. So they go to the planet, and the Mechanicus are like, "We'll be fine." And they're like, "Are you? You literally have chaos incursions on your planet, in your factories right now. You can't handle it,
So,
and we don't think you can handle the Space Hulk either." And they're like, "Screw you! We can totally handle the Space Hulk."
so maybe I missed it when I was listening, but they were definitely like, "Hey, you've got Worker Uprising. That's a prelude to the Space Hulk getting here." But they never like confirm that the uprisings are chaos related. So
They do not.
to me,
But
I'm
they're
like,
Carcharodons. They're always certain about everything.
right. But I'm just saying, it's left to the reader to be like,
You're right.
is it chaos uprisings or is it just uprisings because it's the Mechanicus and life sucks? You know?
Is it just these people just chose the exact wrong time to try to have an uprising?
Or are they just
Holy shit, Space Marines are murdering all of us.
Or are they just uprisings all the time? Right?
Yeah. This is the third one this month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of a funny thought. This poor, like, human slave is uprising, and this giant Space Marine comes around a corner and goes, "Die, chaos filth. Go back to the warp from whence you came." And you're like, "What the hell?" And then you die.
Mm-hmm.
You're very confused for your last couple seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're also given that some like scenes from the antagonist of the book, which is a tech priest who was like kicked out for like teching in heretical matters. He was like, "I want to learn everything." And they're like, "Learning's bad. That leads to like innovation. You don't want that. That's heresy." So they stripped him of all of his stuff except for his eye, because that would have like torn his brain out, and we're like, "Hey, go live in the slums where there's always revolts." And that guy managed to live for 1,300 years. He just like got off world, fell into like a bad friend group, as he described it at the beginning. Fell into a bad crowd and was able to live for 1,300 years, and then his goal at the end of the book is like, "I want to find immortality." I'm like, I think you had it.
You're doing pretty great.
Yeah.
1,300 years is a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting character for sure.
Oh, I think I found the anime. I just now need to find the clip.
Round 2, fight.
So
I just want to say, too, an interesting point here is that Space Hulks are not faster than light travel capable. Are they?
No, they are. Yeah.
Because, like, a bunch of people come out of stasis on that thing, and they're like, "Man, how long has it been? Has it been centuries? Has it been decades? What's going on here? I don't know. We're finally arrived at our destination." And I'm like, so this thing is just traveling through space at, like, regular fast speeds. No? Do they have warp?
Okay, so yes, they have warp.
Okay.
A Space Hulk is when a ship is considered lost to the warp. Like the Gellerfields fail, demons get in. The ship will sink and sink and sink into the warp. Like it will just, into like if you consider it a sea, which it isn't, but for the for ease of consideration, consider it a sea.
Right.
What happens is they meet other ships down there, and then they fuse together. And so when they get onto the Space Hulk and like, we need to start this one ship's reactors that's already like embedded in it, that's part of the space. Like it's a whole bunch of Space Hulks that have been twisted in the bottom of the not Space Hulk ships that are twisted and like merged together into like an asteroid.
Yeah, it's just a big mess of ships mashed together and crunched together, and stuff's missing, and corridors are crazy, and
yes. So that's happening in the warp, and they will typically drift in and out of the warp and like pop up in systems, and like they might be filled with orcs or Tyranids sometimes, or
a whole lot of chaos,
or just a whole lot of chaos, and they'll like quickly leave the Space Hulk, do their thing, and then maybe go back. Or if they're Tyranids, they might leave some and send some, and the Space Hulk will drift back into the warp, travel around, pop up somewhere else. Who knows when.
Okay.
But once they're in the system and you see them coming, then they're definitely traveling at roughly regular ship speeds, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever speeds you can attain without actually going faster than light.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So anyway, Space Hulk shows up, and the Mechanicus are like, "We got this. We have really big guns. It'll be fine."
Yeah.
And the Carcharodons are like, "No, we don't think you do have this." And they don't explain why. They're never like, "Here's why we think you can't handle it." Like, you can't handle it. You need us. You need our help. And they're like, "No, we don't." Like, you do. You really need it. And I'm like, this is not a compelling argument, you guys. You came up uninvited. They don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna tell them they're wrong. This is Mechanicus. Nobody in the galaxy is gonna accept this kind of help from you guys. Like, give them something. Yeah, that's all. I still don't know why they were so freaked out. Like, why were they so worried about this?
I think it's because the Pale Nomad and the other librarian were like, "Hey,
Rui.
Yeah, Akari. We're like, hey, we see the future. Go and deal with this.
Fair.
But they didn't tell anyone else because, like, the guy running the third company now is kind of a dick. You know?
Yeah. He certainly sucks.
Yeah.
So, this is another thing. It's like, all right, so we need to deal with the Space Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do our own things because the Mechanicus aren't listening to us because, again, we are really bad at explaining ourselves. So part of our plan is we're going to send 4 Void Exiles on a mission to infiltrate the Space Hulk. They're exiled.
Yeah.
Do they get emails? Like, how does this happen?
So they get some hypno indoctrination with like an implanted mission set into cryo sleep.
Yeah, so who did that?
Someone. There might be another like mini nomad predation fleet or whatever that's just like, okay, this is what we do. We go around, we collect exiles when they're done, put them back to sleep, mind wipe them again, and off they go. Like,
give a mission, send them out.
Yeah.
I guess they're not just out doing their own thing.
No. They didn't choose to do that. Somebody's directing them somehow. Maybe they're getting dead drops, and it's like, hey, here's a letter. We left it by this park bench. Go pick it up. And then they do, and they're like, okay, infiltrate Void Hulk. What could go wrong?
So many things. But also, they're like, we're exiled. If we die fulfilling this mission, it's the greatest honor. Yada, yada, yada. Space Marine stuff. Yada, yada.
I do think it's interesting that the entire chapter considers themselves exiled, but they're still just like, all right, now we need to go and exile even more. Exile harder. You know, these couple of guys.
It's like exile all the way down. Anyway, so their plan is to infiltrate the Space Hulk, find a ship that has been kind of eaten by the Space Hulk at some point that's maybe still startable, fire up its engines, and then have the engines push the Space Hulk out of the way of the planet.
Yeah.
Which is honestly a pretty funny plan. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's surprisingly grounded.
Yes. And I do love, too, we get the perspective of the Space Marines being on the Space Hulk from the perspective of somebody who lives on the Space Hulk and, like, scavenges different wrecks that get attached to it. Because, yeah, the dude, he goes down there with the scavengers, and he's like, it always sucks down here. It's always dangerous. Like, there can be things on these ships, right? And then, yeah, monster starts killing his crew, and he's like, what is going on? And yeah, to a lot of people in the galaxy, Space Marines are just monsters, man. They just show up, they kill you fast, and they are gone. Like, there is a lot unknowable about these things, especially if you're just this random chaos scavenger on a Space Hulk, man. You have no idea what's going on. It was great.
So, I'll raise a question. That opening scene we get where this guy's like, I'm taking my horde or whatever, like my thralls down.
Scavengers. Yeah.
He has like the pack or something, right? Like, he has a term for them to dehumanize them. And they're like, what's down here? What did we wake up? What's killing us? How could anything do this to my people without us hearing it? Was that the Space Marines or was that the Lictor?
Oh. Either one, because like the Space Marines are very interested in anybody who finds them. You kill them quietly, quickly, and get out of there. Like they're on a stealth mission.
But
the Tyranid is inherently doing that too. Yes.
Right, but Space Marines are in power armor, right?
Look, man, Alpha Legion exists, okay?
Sure. The Alpha Legion exists, that's a thing. And, like, the Raven Guard, who's, you know, they might have some of that gene seed in here, also specialize in stealthy stuff, right?
Yeah.
But these guys aren't wearing stealth armor, right? What we don't hear... I just think it's a thing that I think recontextualizes halfway through the book, where it's not important in any way. The recontextualization doesn't matter and only occurred to me right this second. But he doesn't, like, he's like, oh my god, there's a cryopod here, and, like, the water's fresh, something got out, it's too big for a person, but we know one of them was already out killing before Hail Shah gets waken up and comes out. So wouldn't that guy have been like, hey, look, there's another cryopod right there. It's got a Space Marine asleep in it.
Yeah, or maybe they have cryopods in different rooms on the ship. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's a good point.
Maybe. Yeah.
Anywho, they set up this Tyranid just running around. Nobody knows it exists. It's very sneaky Tyranid.
It's a stealth Tyranid. Its entire process is apparently to always remain hidden, even when you're killing a jellied brain. Right? Which I thought was funny, but also, like, Vashtor the Archfane went to a lot of effort to keep that guy alive at the end, being like, I can sneak off and rebuild him. It'll be great. And then Elicta's just like, oh, by the way, poke. Right? I'm like, oh, right, I forgot that thing was in this book.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty solid payoff at the end. Because I was like, more warp bullshit. They exploded this guy's brain. He dead. And then they're like, actually, warp bullshit means he's not dead. He's escaping as a brain. And I'm like, they specifically said they blew up his brain. What are you talking about? And then the lector was like, zoink. And I was like, yes, let's go. I was so mad. I was like, oh, I have to deal with this guy coming back. Or, you know, never coming back because they do this sometimes.
All the time. Yep.
Yeah. Didn't need to set up a recurring villain, I didn't think.
Yeah, I mean,
He wasn't that interesting.
Some recurring villains would be nice. All right.
That's fair.
Especially at Vashtor the Archfane, he's kind of a new demigod as far as I'm aware. Like, there's probably some old ancient scrap of knowledge in a book somewhere that talks about him. But from what I understand, he's a demigod of the warp. Like, he wants to be one of the 5 major powers. Like, he wants to be up there with Khorne and Nurgle and hang out. Because he's, like, the god of demon engines, basically. And so he has a bunch of, like, schemes and plans, and has become relatively, like, recently a new character, as far as I'm aware. Like, he's got a model within the last couple of years. He's popped up in a bunch of recent books. And so giving him some major player to be like, hey, in the background, you know, Khan, this guy's working for Khorne, and Typhus, he's got Nurgle and Lucius, or even the Primarchs. This guy has someone, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. There is, like, some fan speculation that, like, hey, you know how they haven't written Perturabo falling to Chaos yet, and how that doesn't really make sense? What if we had the Siege Engine guy kind of fall to Chaos and become a demon prince to the Siege Engine demon? Like, that guy.
Right.
Wouldn't that make sense?
Yeah.
And they just haven't written that book.
No. Not so much.
And then he would have a guy, but it's, you know, I don't know that they want to upset the actual powers of the warp by being like, well, it turns out there was actually 5 this entire time, not 4.
I mean, it's Warhammer. You can get away with it. People wouldn't be too mad.
I think there are people who would be mad.
People would be mad.
Yeah. They would all settle this like adults and respect each other's opinions. and sit around and philosophize and play Regicide.
Yeah.
I really like that scene where he like drags him into like a vision of the Carcharodon homeworld, and he's like, shouldn't there be a Regicide board here while we sit around and chat and philosophize? And he's like, I'm not here to philosophize. Grabs him by the face and is like, I'm here to kill you. Smash him. I'm like, oh, that's a great like on the nose kind of joke about like all the times that happens in Warhammer.
Totally. I liked it.
It's so good.
Super great.
I feel like
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the Pale Nomad, Tehurangi. He is apparently like ancient, right?
Right.
Would it not have made sense for one of the Psychics to have maybe died at some point in these 3 books? Like, he's ancient, he's withered. This was like one of the hardest tests of mental fortitude he's ever gone through. And then he gets out fine at the end. And he's like, I will report. That's the way he talks in the books. I will report you to the Red Tide when I get back to home. And the other guy's like, oh no, or I'll send my own report to Daddy. You know?
Yeah, like he is super beat up, but definitely alive. It's not like, it doesn't seem like his life is in danger all that much.
No.
True. That's a good point.
It's just...
Well, especially because we have the whole mentor-mentee setup thing.
And
like the whole point of the book is that his mentee is supposed to like do this on his own and figure it out and become his own dude. But then big guy shows up anyway and like is really necessary to solve the problem. So it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
And it just feels like we didn't, like, nobody of named note died in this book. And it's like, okay, so the cost for this war was some unnamed Astartes.
And a ton of like slaves and
they don't
tech
count.
priests.
They don't count as people.
And...
They don't count as... like towards the narrative, like it does, like what it feels
like our Forge world may never recover. We've lost so many people.
Guess what? They were all transplants. That's the Hollywood of Forge world. It's fine. More people they'll ship more people. Right?
That's fair.
I'm just saying, I'd like to see a conflict where Space Marines, the characters that like we're following, have struggles and overcome. Like, I guess some of the Exiles died, right? Like, one gets ripped in half, one stays behind to like make sure the ship engines don't turn off again. And I loved all of the like, we need to remind of this machine spirit that vengeance is right here. You just need to take it, angry machine spirit, right? Treating them like people rather than things. It was great. I like that. It was a neat touch. But I don't consider machine spirit death to be a trade-off. Right.
No. Named character death.
Yeah.
Not really. All right, so here are my highlights from the book.
Oh, you've got highlights.
Yes. So as always, the Carcharodons can sniff out a trap, but their plan is always to just spring it and see what happens. It's hilarious.
Every time.
A trap, Alan said. Likely, Bloodeye agreed. We won't know until we spring it, Shar said. And without waiting for further assessment, he advanced towards the thing chained before the doors. Just every time.
Just to be clear, this happens twice in this book, right?
I know.
Right.
And at least twice in the previous books in this whole trilogy. It is a constant thing Carcharodons do.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Consistent.
It makes me laugh every time. Like, we don't have time to figure this out. Just spring it. It'll be fine.
Something's turned on the teleporter beacon. It could be a trap. I don't care. Deploy anyway.
It's so good. Then the other highlight I have is that he wishes to become a demon prince by scientific artifice. Corey said disbelievingly. He believes he can count the exact number of sacrifices, the correct litanies, rituals, and rituals of sympathy. I love that idea. Because it's like, chaos is like, there's blood and there's skulls and there's will and there's magic and stuff and... Yeah, and this guy's like, but scientific principles govern this whole thing.
And you know what? He might have been right.
He might have been right. It was working. He was kind of ascending to demon princehood before he got
blown
I
up.
don't know, blown up by better wielders of the warp than him, I guess.
That and like the ship that they like the reactors that they overloaded went critical.
Yeah, that helps.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then stabbed by Lecter.
Right. And then finally finished off by a random Tyrannid who's been hunting around the entire book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even like the entire book, as in like, oh, and then the massive explosion that inevitably happened killed it. It got out. It survived that, and then it was like epilogue. There's an we're once again going to an interrogator chasing the Carcharodons, but it's to an unknown inquisitor. Who could it be? And they're like sending a message. I wish we hadn't tried to study the bodies. They're all clearly decaying, and this place is fucked. Also, there's something hunting us here. It's like, oh, okay. The Lictor's still around. Like, the Space Marines didn't find it and kill it at any point. It didn't attack them while they were doing their red tide or anything like that. It didn't escape off-world into one of their ships.
The Mechanicus didn't find it.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a Forge world. Like, it's not abandoned. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wipes them all out. I do appreciate the whole method through this trilogy of being like, we're going to have a character who shows up well after the exciting stuff happens, right? And they kind of try to piece together what the exciting things were and what happened, but we know what it is as the audience, but it's kind of fun to get that perspective.
What was I going to say? No, I don't know. I really enjoyed this book. It's clearly open for more, and given that this came out during this year, could be waiting a while.
Totally. Yeah, I'm surprised that we had so little of Rannick.
Yep.
Like,
Same.
she was such a character in the first two books. I was like, okay, when's the Rannick chapter? And they're like, there isn't one. She shows up at the end and doesn't do anything. And it's like, oh, cool.
Is it even a Carcharodon's book if Rannick isn't left traumatized as like the only survivor of a Carcharodon's engagement? Like, really?
I didn't recognize it as one at all. No.
Yeah. So I went and found Robbie MacNiven's WordPress, where he has a contact page to ask him if there's more.
Okay.
So I just said hi, big fan. Really enjoyed the books. Is there more coming? I hope I don't have to wait as long as Inquisitor Rannick between Outer Dark and Void Exile.
Awesome.
But Rangu permitting, I will wait patiently. And then I finished it off with a thought for the day. Heresy grows from idleness.
Nice.
Yeah. So
nice. That's good.
Get writing, Robbie. I want more.
Yeah, Robbie. All right. Should we go next book?
Yeah, let's go to the next book.
Spinny time.
Spinny time. I'll share my screen so you can see, and then I can do that. Cool. Here we have the wheel. Let's give it a shuffle. Now, as you can see,
do a test spin this time?
No test spins.
Okay.
As it is spinning gently, that means I have not done a test spin.
Okay.
That's how I prove it, right? But
that's what the wheel does if you come to the site and haven't touched it.
And you haven't touched it. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, Carcharodons and their counterparts in some of these books, which is the midnight-clad Night Lords, kind of edgy arseholes, and I don't want to follow that up with more edgy arseholes. So I'm actually hoping not for Night Lords this time.
Well, that means you're going to get it. I see you. You're reverse jinxing it on purpose. Just spin the wheel. Enough of these shenanigans. Trying to trick me.
I could use a palette break, that's all.
I get that, but you still love the Night Lords.
I do. They're great.
Aww.
The Lion, Son of the Forest.
Ooh.
This is
okay.
Lionel Johnson returns to 40K.
Holy smoke, it's the Lion's return. Okay, I'm down.
Hell
like
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
Very
a good book. I like this one. It'd be weird for me
How
to
old
have.
is it?
Oh, or like last year, this year. It's
Cool.
very
Alright.
recent. Um, Nobody can be mad. I didn't. I tried to
No.
to reverse jinx
Can
it.
be very mad.
Nobody can be mad. Don't be mad.
I'm not mad, but Doc Bravo's gonna be mad. I think he's always mad though.
Maybe. I'm gonna get this book
Son
done.
of the Forest.
Now, I am only working the next 2 days this week, so getting this finished might be tricky for me.
I believe in you.
I'm sure you do.
Mhm.
This is Mike Brooks. I think Mike Brooks did a orc book that we read, and it was a lot of fun. I think that was him.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm down.
So
I mean,
it's gonna be good.
yeah.
That's
Dark Angel's not as funny as orcs inherently, but yeah.
no, not inherently, but okay. So there is a thing in this book that made me laugh so very hard.
Okay.
The lion comes back, and I don't know if you've seen his model, but he's old. All right, and he's like, "Accursed warp psycho, what have you done? How do I dispel this afflictment that ails me?" And he's like, "You're just old. You're just old."
Poor guy.
So I
Of
guess
all the Primarch for that to happen to, he was probably one of the worst.
yeah. Minor spoils, I guess, but it's early in the book and it's great.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. All right, let's wrap it up. Gotta go pick up my kid from marching band. So
Cool.
looks like he got done a little bit early. Good for him.
Woo.
Okay, got our book, got our anime talk out of the way. We will wrap it up here. Thanks for being here for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour. We're here on twitch.tv/Somicron. The VODs go to youtube.com/@Somicron. Good stuff. You can buy gift subs on the Twitch site. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can become a follower there as well if you just prefer the VOD format. You can also go to patreon.com/Somicron to support the pod as well. So thanks again for being here. Back with more anime talk, more Warhammer stuff. You know the deal. Other nerdy things, maybe some StarCraft if that happens. And until then, stay safe and healthy and take care of yourselves. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Ultra.
Bye.